Okay, I'm off to do a photo shoot right now for a fitness clothing line, and I'm excited with this shoot because this is my first time to use the Sony A7R II to do this kind of shoot where I'll be using strobe lights, and yeah, and I hope that the outcome will be great. Okay, all right, let's go. For a company named Firefit. It's a fitness clothing company. Guy right here is the man behind it.
How you doing?
Cam
MacLeod. We're here in North Hollywood today with my buddy Ron. We're getting ready to take on this Firefit shoot. Let's get this thing going.
It's going to be an awesome photo shoot. Right. Okay, I just finished setting up my lights, and there's one problem that came up that I didn't anticipate it. It's about it has something to do with my new camera. So I'm shooting in strobe lights right now, and usually when you're shooting in strobe lights, especially studio strobe lights, when you're shooting in a strobe light, you are using a faster shutter speed, higher aperture, and the lowest ISO possible. The Sony A7R II is a mirrorless camera. It has a electronic viewfinder, and what's good about this, when you set up your camera, whatever setting it is, your shutter speed, your aperture, your ISO, you can already see, you're getting a preview of it. Whether you're looking at your screen or at the viewfinder, you will see already what kind of image you will get. The downside of that, when you're using a studio lights, because with studio lights, when you shoot, you're trying to get the fastest shutter speed, a higher aperture, and the lowest ISO possible to create an image. The reason you do that most of the time is to freeze the action so that your image will be the sharpest possible image, and to prevent blur, like you're shooting fast shutter speed. With the mirrorless camera that I have right now, it's an electronic viewfinder. So now if I set my camera into a fast shutter speed, like usually when I use strobe light, I set my camera to around 1/200 of a second for my shutter speed, and my aperture will be around f11 and then ISO 100. But the problem with that, if I set that using this camera, this is what I will see. It's all darkness. Look at my viewfinder. It's all darkness. How am I gonna do my composition? How am I gonna see my subject if that is my camera setting? I will not be able to shoot like this. I will not be able to use this camera using a strobe light. So I check the menus, all the options in my camera, all the settings, I check them one by one. Like, there must be a way to do this. Like, this is a 42 megapixel camera. It's impossible that you cannot use this using a strobe light. So I browse the menu of my camera until I hit this option, which is called the live view display setting effect, on or off. It's under the gear icon and then the number 3 tab where it says live view display setting effect. It's in on. So I opened it and I tried to turn it off, and suddenly my viewfinder gave me the right brightness to look at my subject, to do my composition, without the camera setting affecting my viewfinder and my preview, even my screen. And when I press the shutter, it processes the image the way my camera is set up, like in f11, shutter speed of 200, ISO 100. And I was relieved to see that setting. You can turn this on and off. It's called the live view display setting effect. When it's turned on, you will have a preview already based on your camera setting. But when it's off, it will always give you the right exposure on your preview. But as soon as you take the picture and process your image, the processing will be based on your camera setting. So now, even if I'm using a strobe light, I can use this camera to do a photo shoot. Probably I'm the only one who doesn't know this, or there's some people there who has this kind of camera also, and now they're trying to shoot using a studio strobe light, and they encounter this problem. So this is the solution. Like, you need to turn off that that setting effect, the live view display setting effect, you need to turn that off. So now I can go back to my photo shoot. Finished a shoot, had a lot of fun. I used the Sony A7r too. It's my first time doing a photo shoot with that kind of camera system using a strobe light. I'm happy with how the pictures came out. Alright guys, and I hope you subscribe, you press that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Alright.